So my point of view in mission, vision, goals, policy, and objective of SPED program is it is something good that the DepEd provide those kind of program for those children and youth who have special needs. And I can see over the year that the SPED program became more wide and rampant. It's also the way for us to understand them and give them the love that they needed. It's a big help to them to understand themselves. And sooner or later, those child with special needs will give a big hope, help, not just in our country but in the whole wide world.
My point of view about the vision for children with special needs. A children with special needs is not a hindrance for them to stop learning. SPED students will be provided with basic educational needs that can prepare or help them for their better future. Giving them a basic educational needs can also help them to expand their full potential.
So today I'm going to give my insight about the special education goal or SPED. So the goal of special education is quite suitable for a feasible plan that they have for its target learners. They can adapt easily despite of usual or special abilities. Their goal will have a good impact to the person with special needs if met.
Ang SPED program ay para sa mga bata or kabataan na may kapansanan o special needs gaya ng may mga mental problems, may problema sa pag-iisip, may disabilities like bulag or bingi. Kumbaga, ang goal ng purpose ng SPED ay mabigyan ng kakulang atensyon, edukasyon ang mga batang may ganoong kondisyon. At saka dito na din pumapasok yung pagkapantay-pantay lahat ng pagkamit o pagkakaroon ng edukasyon. Dahil sa programang ito ay nabibigyang pansin at nabibigyang oportunidad ang mga batang may problema o may kapansanan na ma-develop ang kanilang kakayahan kasi sa kabila ng may kapansanan sila ay may potential pa rin upang matuto kagaya ng mga normal na bata. At isa pa, mas nabubus nito ang confidence ng mga batang may special needs kasi nabibigyan sila ng atensyon at nabibigyan din sila ng kanilang mga karapatan. Sa makatuwid para sa akin ay maganda ang layunin ng programang ito kasi ang edukasyon ay para naman talaga sa lahat, hindi lang para sa mga normal at walang kapansanan.
So I'm going to give my own point of view about the policy of special education in the Philippines. So this policy simply allows the child or youth who have special needs to have access to education or giving them an opportunity to have a quality education because it is very important to child or gifted child to enjoy the education because it helps them to motivate themselves, build their confidence due to individual learning. So that's why it is very important for them to give a opportunity to have appropriate education.
And now I'm going to give my point of view regarding to the policy of special education. Is inclusive education is not for all or limited people but for all, especially to the children and youth with special needs. It is applied in our country, Philippines, to accelerate access to education and to overall educational system. That's good to hear, and I hope that it is also have equality and no discrimination between them.
My point of view regarding to the objectives of special education or SPED, well, having objectives in order to improve the rights of every special student is a good thing that could lead them to have a normal and peaceful life. So, these rights include to be treated equally, to have nearest educational environment, to gain employment opportunities and be able in independent living, and lastly to provide right to learn basic education and enter or have preparation for college. The following rights will lead to the achievement of the stated goals.
The objective of special education are to develop motivational patterns in the handicapped that will produce achievement in school. Second is to develop a realistic self-concept in handicapped children. Next is to reach the maximum level of effectiveness in school subject. Next is to pursue those curricular matters that strategically determine effective living or specific types of handicapped children. Next is to consider the mental as well as the physical hygiene of handicapped school children. And last is to produce in the handicapped a desire to participate in the activities of non-handicapped person.
My short point of view about special education. Every individual is valuable in his own right and should be afforded equal opportunities to develop his full potential. Equal educational opportunities do not mean the same educational experience based on the child's unique needs. The right to education cannot be denied a person if only because of his disabilities.
For the second part of this video is, choose one situation among those three situations and identify the legal basis violated in each situation and explain the appropriate action to be taken to correct such as wrongdoing.
Situation number 3 in Barangay Kulang-Kulang, the student with special needs do not go to school because there are no SPED classes. They violated the Education Act of 1982 or Batas Pambansa bilang 232.
In 1983, Batas Pambansa bilang 344 was enacted.
1973 Constitution of the Philippines, the fundamental law of the land.
In 1963, Republic Act 3562 was enacted to declare permanent government commitment to the training of SPED. Teachers for the blind, being visual inclined is also part of SPED program, along with hearing impaired person or students, disabled, mental disorder, and etc. The following disability that I mentioned has the right to learn and have the proper education in a proper facilities.
In this case, students or children has the right to participate fully in the social life. Even if the school has no SPED classes, that is not a hindrance for a student to stop learning. However, if the barangay Kulang-Kulang has no available school for SPED students, it should be replaced with another routine. They should potentially build a group of people along the barangay that serves as a teacher for the SPED students, so that the students or the SPED students will still learn even if they are not going to the school.